The circus is about to start in the United States Senate and the House of Representatives, but let's deal with the Senate in this video. The Senate now is going to have to hold confirmation hearings. It's going to have to hold confirmation hearings on Mike Waltz for the National Security Advisor, on Congresswoman Elise Stefanik for the United States Ambassador to the United Nations, Pete Hegseth for Secretary of Defense, Tulsi Gabbard, Director of National Intelligence, Kash Patel, Director of the FBI, and RFK Jr., Secretary of Health and Human Services, among many others. But let's just talk about these quickly. These will be televised hearings, and we will get to see both Republicans and Democrats ask probably certainly Democrats, very difficult questions of these people. And then they will vote, and they need a majority. They need 51 of the 100 members to become the nominee for the various positions. If both Mike Waltz for National Security Advisor and Elise Stefanik for United Nations Ambassador, if both of them get their nominations, that will reduce the Republicans' lead in the House of Representatives from 219 to 215 to 217 to 215. Okay, they've had trouble getting the 218 just to make Mike Johnson Speaker. They'll have a great deal of difficulty. Why is it only 219 and then down to 217? Because Matt Gaetz' seat is open. There will not be an election for another 8 weeks or so for his seat. Likewise, both Stefanik's and Mike Waltz's seat, once they resign, there'll be another 8 to 12 weeks before there'll be elections in those districts. So the Republican majority will get even slimmer and make it even more difficult for the House of Representatives. Likewise, I am confident we're going to see very difficult questioning for Pete Hegseth. You're going to find a lot of coming on him, and he may or may not win his nomination. Likewise, Tulsi Gabbard, with all the questions about who her allegiance is to the United States. Is she a prop for the Russians, with all the things she did, and not to mention her going to meet with Assad in Syria now that his regime has fallen. Kash Patel, going to be quite difficult and entertaining with his hearings, I'm sure. And last, RFK Jr. I mean, what can you say? You got anti-vax in charge of the largest company-based agency in the world responsible for vaccination. I mean, if we didn't have vaccinations, we would have polio, measles, and everything else running rampant throughout the U.S. and the world. We don't have those, but we're going to try to put the anti-vaxxer there. Wonder how that brainworm is doing these days. Well, love to hear from my Democrats, my MAGAs, my crazies, and my cuckoos, the burned out light bulbs. Get your popcorn. It's going to be interesting, and these people may or may not make it through. If they do make it through, you're going to see that all the people clearly kiss the ring and only worried about Trump. But we'll have to see what happens in the next month or so to see what's going on with these hearings.